أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وبعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. This is episode number 4 of the book Aqeedatu Tahawiya, written by Abu Ja'far Tahawi. May Allah be pleased with him. Today, in this episode, we shall continue from item number 88. The book is talking about the Aqidah of Ahl-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, the creed which any correct Muslim is supposed to hold in his heart as Aqidah and work according to it. Number 88 says that وَنَحْنُ مُؤْمِنُونَ بِذَلِكَ كُلِّهِ. He said all that he has mentioned about predestination in the episode number 3, we believed in them all. وَلَا نُفَرِّقُ بَيْنَ أَحَدٍ مِّن رُّسُلِهِ. And we do not segregate between the messengers of Allah that we believed in this and we disbelieve in this. No. We are not doing as the Jews who disbelieve Prophet Isa and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we are not also doing like the Christians who disbelieve Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We believe in them all that they were sent by Allah. وَنُصَدِّقُهُمْ كُلَّهُمْ. And we believed all of them ala ma ja'u bihi, on what they came with. Number 89. وَآلُ الْكَبَائِرِ مِنْ أُمَّةِ مُحَمَّدٍ صَلَى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. And those who engage in major sins like taking intoxicants, zina, backbiting, robbery, and so on and so forth, those who engage in these kind of major sins from among the ummah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, finnari, they will go to the hellfire, but la yakhludun, they will not be there forever, as the Mu'tazila and the Qadariyas are saying. No. The Mu'tazilas are saying that any person who commits a sin, that person will be in the hellfire forever. The Mu'tazilas, the Khawarij are also saying that the person is not more a Muslim. No, that is not the Aqidah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If they died, we are not saying that they will be in the fire forever. As long as they worship Allah alone during their lifetime, but they also engage in some major sins. Even if they didn't repent, after they have met Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they are believers who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they died as Muslims, but they engaged in some acts that are major sins, even though they didn't ascribe any partner to Allah, they didn't commit any shirk. وَهُمْ فِي مَشِيَاتِهِ. We are saying, Ahl-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, Mala is saying that Ahl-Sunnah wal Jama'ah are saying that those people are in the Mashiach of Allah. They are under the wish of Allah, وَحُكْمِهِ, and under the ruling of Allah. Inshallah, the Mashiach of Allah is what he wants to interpret now, that inshallah, if Allah wishes, غَفَرَ لَهُمْ, he will forgive them, وَعَفَ عَنْهُمْ, and he will pardon them, بِفَضْلِهِ, because of his fadl, and because of his own mercy that is showing to them. وَكَمَا ذَكَرَ اللَّهُ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ, as Allah the Almighty mentioned, that وَيَغْفِرُ مَا دُونَ ذَلِكَ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and forgives any sin that is less than shirk, even if the person dies on it. Wa insha, and another Mashiach of Allah again, that is that if Allah wishes, azabahum finnari bi'adlihi, he will punish them in the hellfire because they died while committing a major sin. Bi'adli, and that is the justice from the side of Allah, because he told them not to do it and they did it. So if he doesn't wish to forgive them, he will punish them. But even if he punishes them, ثُمَّ يَخْرُجُهُمْ مِنَا, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring them out بِرَحْمَتِهِ, because with his mercy, وَشَفَاعَةِ الشَّافِعِينَ, or because of intercession, the shafa'ah of those who have the opportunity of shafa'ah min ali ta'ati, from those who obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the day of Qiyamah. Thumma yabathuhum ila jannati, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will resurrect them and bring them out from that fire and take them to the paradise. Number 19. وَذَلِكَ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ تَعَالَى تَوَلَّى عَلَى مَعْرِفَتِهِ. That is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in custodian, or is the custodian of those who know him. وَلَمْ يَجْعَلْهُمْ فِي الدَّارَيْنِ كَهَلِ نُكْرَانِهِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not put them in the fire of hell, or in between the fire and the Jannah, like the people that he dislikes. Allazina khabu, those who are losers, min hidayati, or those who are lost from the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Walam yanalu min wilayati, and they have no any friendship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Meaning Allah the Almighty didn't put their affairs in his custody, because he didn't take them as his friends. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not do that for them. Number 91. Allahumma ya wali al-Islam. Malan is invoking Allah that, oh you Allah, who is the custodian of Islam, wa alihi, and the people who are practicing Islam. Thabbitna al-Islam. We are invoking you to make us firm in the religion of Islam, hatta nalqaka, until the day that we will meet you. Number 92. وَنَرَى الصَّلَاةَ خَلْفَ كُلِّ بِرٍّ وَفَاجِرٍ. And we see where the Ahl-Sunnah wal Jama'ah from among the companions are seeing that praying behind any birr, any good person, وَفَاجِر, or any bad person, min al-Qiblati, as long as the person is facing the Qibla of the Muslim and is an Imam, when Ahl-Sunnahs are seeing that praying behind him is okay. وَعَلَى مَنْ مَاتَ مِنْهُمْ. And they also see that praying over any person that died from among the people who faced our Qibla is also compulsory, and we see it like that. So what Ahl-Sunnahs are saying is that we cannot say because of a sin which someone is committing, we can't pray behind him, or we cannot pray over him. As long as the sin is not a shirk, what we call very plain one, or a kufr, a very plain kufr, and then we will pray behind the person as ma'mum, as followers, and will also pray over him as salat al-janaiz if he died. Number 93. وَلَا نُنْزِلُ أَحَدًا مِّنْهُمْ جَنَّةَ وَلَا النَّارَ. And we do not put any person minhum, from among those who face our Qibla, that he will be going to the paradise straight when he died, wala naran. Also, another one will be going to the hellfire direct because of the sins he committed. We are not saying that. Wala nashhadu, and we do not testify alayhim bi kufrin. We do not also give testimony that they are committing kufr, or wala bi shirkin, or they are committing shirk, wala nifaq, or they are committing nifaq, hypocrisy, or maybe they are kuffar, or they are mushrikun, or they are munafiqun. We do not say that. Ma lam yazhar minhu shay'un min dhalika. If anything like that is not open from them, or they do not do it open for us to see, we do not qualify them, and we are not giving any testimony on that. So this is the Aqidah of the Muslim. وَنَذَرُ سَرَائِرَهُمْ إِلَى اللَّهِ تَعَالَى. We leave all their secrets and their confidentialities to Allah alone. What is not known to us, we do not engage ourselves in talking about it. That is the Aqidah of the Muslims. Number 94. وَلَا نَرَى السَّيْفَ عَلَى أَحَدٍ مِّنْ أُمَّةِ مُحَمَّدٍ صَلَى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم. And we do not take sword on any person from among the Ummah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We do not kill him because of a sin he committed, إِلَّا مَنْ وَجَبَ عَلَيْهِ السَّيْفُ, unless the person that is compulsory upon us to take sword with. Any person that is compulsory on us to face him with sword, then we'll do that with the commandment or instruction of the leader of the Muslims. That is when we do that. وَلَا نَرَى الْخُرُوجَ عَلَىٰ أَئِمَّتِنَا. And we, Al-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, Malin is saying that we do not see that we go out and start protesting against A'immatina, against our leaders. وَوُلَّاتِ umurina, and the people that are of authority among us. We do not see protesting, demonstrating against them publicly, castigating them. We do not see that, and we do not also see taking taking gun or sword or bomb against our leaders because of wrong thing they did. No. وَإِنْ جَارُوا, even if they did something that is not good, even if they are oppressors, we do not do that, because the companions didn't do that, and that is not ijma of the Salaf al-Salih. وَلَا نَدْعُ عَلَيْهِمْ, and we do not invoke Allah against them. We do not clamp our members and be invoking Allah against our leaders because of a sin that they committed. وَلَا نَزَعَ يَدًا عَنْ طَاعَتِهِمْ, and we do not remove our hands from their obedience. We follow them and we are obedient to them as long as they are not asking us to disobey Allah. وَنَرَى طَاعَتِهِمْ, and we see that everybody should follow them and obedient to the leaders. And we see that طَاعَتِهِمْ, obeying them in ta'atillah azza wa jalla, it is part of obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, faridatun, and it is compulsory. Ma lam ya'muru bi ma'siyah, as long as they do not instruct us to disobey Allah. Wa nad'u lahum bis salah, we invoke Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make their affairs better, wal ma'afat, and to pardon all their mistakes. That is our duty. If you are invoking Allah against them and they are not good already, they are committing sins, they are not doing the right thing. So what will be their situation if you start invoking Allah against them? I think it will worsen their situation. So the Aqeedah of Ahl-Sunnah wal Jama'ah is what we stated. Number 96. وَنَتَّبِعُ Sunnah wal Jama'ah, and we follow the Sunnah of the Prophet and the Jama'ah and the people, the gathering of people who are following the Sunnah. They are the one that we are going with. وَنَجْتَنِبُ الشُّذُوذ, and we distance ourselves from anything that is shaz, anything, any Aqeedah or any matter that is not popular and that is inferior. Is there, it is authentic, but it is not popular from among the Salaf al-Salih, among the scholars up to today. That matter is shaz. We do not engage in doing it. Khilaf, and we do not engage in disputes. Anything that has to do with disputes, we do not do it. No. Furqa, and segregation and disunity, we do not abide with all these things because they are not part of the Aqeedah of any good Muslims. So, number 97. وَنُحِبُّ عَلَى الْعَدْلِ, and we love people of justice. Well, amana, and people of trust, we love them too much. That is why anywhere we see them, we go with them, irrespective of anything they may be doing. Once they are people of justice and amana, they are our people, and we are ready to go with them. وَنُبْغِدُ عَلَى الْجَوْرِ, and we hate the people who oppress others, those who cheat on others. We hate them. وَالْخِيَانَةِ, and those who betray others, we hate them a lot. Number 98. وَنَقُولُ, and we say, Allahu a'lamu, Allah knows best. فِيمَا اشْتَبَهَ عَلَيْنَا عِلْمُهُ, anything that we do not have its knowledge, or the knowledge we have on it is confusing. We said Allahu a'lam. That is the Aqeedah of Ahl-Sunnah. وَنَرَى الْمَسْحَ لِلْخُفَّيْنِ, and we also see that it is part of Aqeedah of Ahl-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, Maswal al-Khuffayn, rubbing the khuf. Khuf is any shoe that covers the ankle. We see that rubbing the top of it, when you wore them in purity after performing ablution, you wore them, and then they are still in your feet. When you come to perform another ablution, if the former one are spoiled, no need to remove them. You are expected to rub the top of the hoof with your hand after you have watered it. And if it's safari, on journey 3 days, wal hadar, and at home 1 day. Kamaja fil athar, as it comes in the ahadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We believe in it. This is contrary to the Shias, the Aqeedah of the Shias, who are saying that one should be rubbing on his feet, on the top of his feet, anywhere he's performing ablution, whether on journey or at home. This is not the Aqeedah of the Muslims. The Aqeedah of the Muslims is that we wash our legs if there is no hoof in them, and if there's hoof in them, and we wore those hoof when we have purity, after we have performed ablution before, then when we come to perform another ablution now, if the former one are spoiled, we rub on the top of the hoof. That is the Aqeedah of Ahl-Sunnah. And if you are rubbing the top of the hoof on journey, you are given 3 days. You can't remove them. You will be rubbing them, praying in them, no problem. At home, you are given 1 day. That is the Aqeedah of Ahl-Sunnah. Then if these hoof are not in our legs, or they are not in our feet, then we are expected to wash our legs. That is the Aqeedah of Ahl-Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Number 100, wal hajj wal jihad mardiyan ma ulil amri. And we see that performing hajj and jihad continues, and we'll be doing them together with the people of the authority, milal muslimin, among the Muslims. Barrihim wa fajirihim, the good of them and the bad of them. If that leader is a good person, we do hajj together with him. And if he's not also a good person, we also perform hajj together with him or with his instruction. And similarly, jihad. Ila qiyam sa'a, up to the end of the world. Wala la yubutiluhuma shay'un. Nothing can destroy or invalidate hajj or jihad behind our leaders, whether they are good people or bad people. Wala yankuduhuma, and nothing can nullify them. Number 101, wanuminu, and we believe bikiramin katibin, with these angels that are called kiraman katibin. We believe in them, and they are secretaries, pious secretaries, whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala attached with us. فَإِنَّ Allah, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala قَدْ جَعَلَهُمْ عَلَيْنَا حَافِظِينَ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assigned them to us as protectors, and they are with us all the time. So we believe that they are there because the Quran said it clearly. Number 102, وَنُؤْمِنُ بِمَلَكِ الْمَوْتِ, and we also believe in the angel of death that is there, and he has his supporters. He has awan, as the verse of the Quran mentioned, who are helping him to collect or to receive the soul, the life of those who have to die. Al-Muwakkil bi qabdi arwahil alamin, whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has attached to be receiving the life or the soul of the people of the worlds in the world universe. We believe in him, and that Malakul Maut is there, and his name is Malakul Maut, not Azrael, even though it's popularly known as Azrael, but it is not authentic. Number 103, Wabi Azab al-Qabr, and we also believe in the Azab al-Qabr, that there is punishment in the grave, liman kana lahu ahlan, for any person that is of that situation. Any person that's supposed to be punished in the Qabr will be punished. Wasu'al al-munkar wa nakir, and we believe in the questioning of munkar and nakir fi qabrihi, in the grave of any person. An rabbihi, munkar and nakir will ask him about his Lord, man rabbuka, wa dinihi, and they will also ask him about his religion, ma dinuka, wa nabiyyi, and they will also ask him about his prophet, wa man nabiyyuka, and they will ask him. Any correct Muslim will give correct answer, but any person who is not a correct Muslim, or is not even a Muslim at all, will say that he doesn't know anything about that. alama ja'at bil akhbar. This is how the ahadith came an Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wa anis sahaba ridwanullahi alayhi, and from the sahaba, may Allah be pleased with them all. Number 104, wal qabr, and the grave, rawdatu min riyadil jannah, it is hither a lake among the lakes of the paradise, or how hufratu min hufarin niran, or it will be like a pit among the pit of the hellfire for those who do wrong. And for those who do right, then the qabr will be rawdatu min riyadil jannah for them. Number 105, وَنُؤْمِنُ بِالْبَعْثِ, and we believe in the resurrection in the day of Qiyamah. وَجَزَاءِ الْأَعْمَالِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, and we believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward everyone upon his deeds. If it is good, he will give the person good, and if it is bad, then he will give the person a bad reward. Well, ard, and we also believe in the ard. Ard is those people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will do hisab and yasira, a simple accountability. When Sayyidatu Aisha asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet interpreted al-ard to be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will call that servant who committed sins and he died as a Muslim, a muwahhid, who didn't ascribe partner to Allah, he didn't engage in any shirk or kufr, but he committed other sins, and Allah doesn't want to punish him. Allah will ask him, will have a private talk with the person, that you committed so and so sin, you committed this sin, you committed that, but I've forgiven you. That is al-ard. You can see the tafsir in the Quran, hisab and yasira. Then wal hisab, and we also believe in hisab, that accountability will be there in the day of Qiyamah, and any person who faces the accountability of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never become successful, as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that man nukisha al-hisab faqad halaka wa fi qira'at al-kitab, and we believe that everybody will read the book of his deed was thawab, and we also believe in the reward, that Allah will give reward whether good or bad, as the situation may be in the day of Qiyamah, wal iqab, and there's punishment also in the day of Qiyamah was sirat, and we believe in the bridge of the sirat, which is between the bridge is like the barrier between the sin of the Qiyamah and the Jannah. Any person who crosses that bridge, that person will surely go to the paradise. Anyone who will not go to the paradise will not cross that bridge. Wal mizan, and we also believe in the scale, that Allah will place scale in the day of Qiyamah, which He will use to weigh the deed of the servants. Wal jannatu wan naru makhluqatan, that is 106. And we believe that the paradise and the fire of hell are all created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wala tafniyan abadan, and they will never disappear, because the Mu'tazilas and the Qadariyas and some people among them are saying that with time the hellfire will disappear, nothing will be there again, and the people who enter the fire of hell will not see the hell anymore. That is not the correct Aqidah of the Muslims. Wala tabidan, they will never disappear. They will be there forever. Any person who enters into it and he will not come out of it will be there forever. This is the Aqidah, and in fact this is the consensus of the Salaf Salih. It is only people that came after them, right from the Jambun Sofwana, Samarkandi, that started saying all this kind of rubbish. Number 107. وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ تَعَالَى خَلَقَ الْجَنَّةِ, and indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the paradise وَالنَّارِ, and the fire of hell قَبْلَ الْخَلْقِ, before He created even His creatures. The hadith is authentic in Sahih Bukhari, more than 1,000 years. وَخَلَقَ لَهُمَا أَهْلًا, and Allah created their people for them. Those who will be going to the Jannah are created for the Jannah originally, and those who will be going to the fire of hell are created for it. فَمَنْ شَاءَ مِنْهُمْ, any person that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wishes from among them, ila al-Jannah, you will take him to the paradise because he created him for paradise. Fadlan minhum, this is a merit from Allah and superiority which he gets from Allah. وَمَنْ شَاءَ, and any person that Allah wishes, minhum, from among his creatures, ila nar, he will take him to the fire, adla minhu, and that is the justice from him because he owns everybody or everything. وَكُلٌّ, and any person, everybody you see, يعمل, will be working لما قد فرغ له, on what he has been assigned for. If he is assigned for fire, he will find ease in working anything that will lead him to the fire of hell. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. And if it's for paradise, then he will find ease in doing anything that will lead him to the paradise. May Allah make us among the people of paradise. وَصَائِرٌ إِلَى مَا خُلِقَ لَهُ, and people will return to whatever they are created for. 109. وَالْخَيْرُ وَالشَّرُّ, both good and bad, مُقَدِّرَانِ عَلَى الْعِبَادِ, all of them have been destined on the servants. وَالْإِسْتِطَاعَةِ, and the istita'a, the ability, التي يجب بها الفعل, which is compulsory, that someone should believe in when he's doing his work. منه التوفيق الذي لا يجوز أن يوصف المخلوق به, like the ability of a tawfiq, that someone to be in the right place, or to be on the right religion, on the true guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here ma al-fail is also together with the fail, with the action that the servant is doing. Wa amal istita'atu min jihati siha wal wasi wa tamakun wa salamat al-alati fa hiya min kibal al-fail. About the kind of ability of a person about is the authenticity of work and the ability to do that work, that is together with the field, or is out of the field, out of the action itself. وَبِهَا يَتَعَلَّقُ الْخِطَابِ, and it is the one that Allah is talking about here, that لَا يُكَلِّفُ اللَّهُ نَفْسًا إِلَّا وُسْعَهَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not make a burden on any person except that which he can be able to carry. Number 111. وَأَفْعَالُ الْعِبَادِ, and all the actions of the servants here بِخَلْقِ اللَّهِ are created by Allah. وَكَسْبِ مِنَ الْعِبَادِ, and the servant are the one doing them, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destined that. 112. وَلَمْ يُكَلِّفُهُمُ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not take any burden upon them. إِلَّا مَا يُطِيقُونَ, unless what they can do. They can do. That is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make compulsory on them. وَلَا يُطِيقُونَ, and they cannot do anything إِلَّا مَا كَلَّفَهُمْ, except that which Allah has made compulsory upon them. وَهُوَ تَفْسِيرُ, and that is the interpretation of لَا حَوْلَ وَلَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. There is no any hawla, we don't have any power, any la hawla, we don't have any trick to play, wala quwwa, and we don't have any power illa billah, except with Allah. Naqulu, we say that la khilatan li ahadin, no one has a trick to play, wala harakatan li ahadin wala tahawwula li ahadin ma masiyatillah, and no one has any trick to play in order to dodge from committing a sin, except bima'unatillah, except with the assistance of Allah. Wala quwwata li ahadin, and no one has power ala iqamati ta'atillah, to be on, or to be an obedient servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wal ithbata alayhi wa thibata alayha, and to affirm himself on being obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, illa bi tawfiqillah, except with the wish of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he has made it like that for him. Otherwise, he can't do any of the two sides by his own wills. Number 113. وَكُلُّ شَيْءٍ يَجْرِي بِمَشِيَّةِ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى, anything you see is moving with the wish of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wa ilmihi, and with the knowledge of Allah, wa qada'i, and with the decree of Allah, wa qadarihi, and with also the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or predestination which Allah has made earlier. 114. غلبت مشيئته مشيئة كلها. The wish of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has overcome all the wishes. وغلب قضاؤه الحيلة كلها. And the ruling of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has overcome all the tricks of any person. 115. يفعل ما يشاء. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does what he wishes. وَهُوَ غَيْرُ ظَالِمٌ أَبَدًا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not an oppressor. Abadan. He doesn't oppress any person because that is how he wants it. تَقَدَّسَ عَنْ كُلِّ سُوءٍ وَخَيْلٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pure from all the evil and from all the bad things. تنزع عن كل عيب وشين. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also clean and purified from all faults and from all anything that is faulting. La yusalu amma yafal. Nobody asks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on what he does. Wahum yusalun. But all the servants will be asked. 117. وفي دعاء الأحياء وصدقاتهم. And if the people who are still living, who are alive, invoke Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the dead people, وصدقاتهم, and any sadaqah they give on behalf of the deceased people, their parents or their close relatives, manfi'atun lil amwat, it will also be beneficiary to these dead people. The dead people will benefit from them. So it is part of the Aqeedah of Abulislam wal Jama'ah that the people that are still living can invoke Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for those who have died, and they can give sadaqah that, oh Allah, give this charity, give the reward to so and so person, my father or my mother or my sister, my brother, or any close relative of them that have died, and it will benefit them. This is the Aqeedah of the Abulislam wal Jama'ah. So you can see this is contrary to the Aqeedah that people know that any person that died, nothing will benefit him again. No, there are things that can benefit him. Number 118. Wallahu ta'ala, and Allah the Almighty, yastajibu da'wat, He answers requests of those who request things from him. Wa yakri al-hajat, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sufficient, and He brings about the needs of those who invoke Him, and He gives them all their needs or all things that they want if they invoke Him. Number 119. وَيَمْلِكُ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has power over everything. وَلَا يَمْلِكُ شَيْءًا, nothing has power over Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. 120. وَلَا غِنَى عَنِ اللَّهِ ta'ala, and nobody is sufficient from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. طَرْفَةَ عَيْنٍ, even in a blink of eyes, nobody is sufficient beside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَنِ اسْتَغْنَى عَنِ اللَّهِ طَرْفَةَ عَيْنٍ, and any person who claims that he is sufficient even in a blink of eyes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَقَدْ كَفَرَ, that person has committed kufr. وَصَارَ مِنْ خَالِلَ الْخَيْنِ, and that person is part of the destroyers who have destroyed themselves. وَاللَّهُ يَغْضَبُ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do get hungry. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do get angry. وَيَرْضَى, and He also pleased with people that do good. Just as He gets annoyed with people who disobey Him, similarly He is also pleased with the people that obey Him. لَا كَأَحَدٍ مِنَ الْوَرَى, but this annoyance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the please of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not like that of al-wara, is not like that of the servants. It is only the name that they share in common. But the actual annoyance and the please or the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not like that of human being or any creature. Inshallah, we'll stop here at page 28. When we come back, we'll take the last part of this book, inshallah ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive all our mistakes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.